Welcome to the Dice Tower's Summer Spectacular, a 5-day streaming event with top 10 lists, live plays, a host of board game fanatics, and more.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to Summer Spectacular. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Violet.
Ruby. Jimmy.
Alrighty. Well, this is an expert team of game players, and actually I'm not kidding. Well, at least maybe not for this knuckle brain, but these two play all sorts of games. We've been playing Rise of Queensdale together. We just played some Clank Legacy. Like, what's your favorite game that we've been playing together lately?
Queensdale.
Who's the best at it?
Polly.
Polly's the best, but she's a sore loser.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, she's not here to defend herself, but she's definitely a sore loser. All right, folks. Well, welcome back to Summer Spectacular, where we're doing all sorts of things. In this video, we're going to be playing through a couple games from Blue Orange Games. We're going to be starting off with Dragomino, and then we're going to be playing Animix. Although Jimmy's only going to be playing Dragomino because we're just lucky you can play this one. We're going to be playing through this, but before we do that, we have a contest that we're going to get started here. And you can enter this contest by emailing us at contest@dicetower.com, and in the subject line, put the word blue for Blue Orange. And you can win one of these 4 games: Dragomino, Animix, Rose Ceremony, or Cross Clues. Although, just as a heads up, Cross Clues is only available to those in the U.S. You'll get one randomly if you win, and we'll post the winners on our website tomorrow. Make sure in the email to put your name and your address in case you win. We can get the games out to you. So all you gotta do, that information will be posted eventually in the chat here, so you can see that. And we hope that you check it out. And we want to thank Blue Orange for providing those games for us. All right. Are we ready? Now, we practiced this game last night to see how it works. You're ready? Well, good thing, because Jimmy has the Mama Dragon here. The Mama Dragon is worth a point at the end of the game, and you start with it because you are, as far as I can tell, the youngest player. How old are you?
6.
6, and you are?
11.
12.
43. How's that funny? Is 43 old?
No, it's not old. It's ancient.
All right, well, great.
Fossilized.
Fossilized? Thank you. This comes from their mother. I am nothing but polite to everyone I meet. And I like to apologize in advance for those of you watching. If you don't like seeing children cry, this is probably a bad thing. No, when I win, that's what's going to happen. Each player...
Cards at you yesterday.
Who won yesterday? Actually, who did win yesterday? I don't remember.
I think it was like a 3-way tie.
No, because whoever at this won a tie, you won. You won. That's what it was.
You won.
Each of us starts with one of these tiles here. So we have a tile that's half snow and half desert, as most terrains are.
Oh.
And we have a big pile of terrain tiles that are like dominoes. And we're going to put 4 of those out for each round of the game. So you can see there's a double snow, a desert, and a green pasture, volcano, and trees and pasture. So Jimmy's going to pick first. He's going to pick any one of those, and he's going to match it in his domino thing. So which one would you like, buddy?
Stay away.
Snow.
No!
All right, so we're going to put that. You're going to connect it
He
there.
becomes smart.
So you connect. So snow gives you a white egg. So go ahead and take a snow egg. So when you connect 2 of the same type, we're going to move yours out just a bit so people can see it. You get an egg. So pick one of those eggs. Which one do you want?
Is it supposed to get 2?
No,
Or is
that's
it the
it.
one?
Yeah, all right, and now we flip it over. No, you can't. You can't cheat. So it's a broken egg. Broken eggs are worth no points. But the good news about it, if you ever turn over a broken egg, you get the Mama Dragon, which means you start next round. But of course, Ruby could get that too. All right, Ruby, what do you want?
Desert.
Got it?
No, desert.
Got it?
Desert.
Got it. All right, so she matches the desert, gets a yellow egg, and what is it?
Dragon.
All right, so dragons are worth 1 point at the end of the game. So we're going to move yours over just a bit this way so people can see it.
Looks like
Alrighty, and now it's your turn. Now, me and Violet can't match, but we can set up for future matching.
I'm going to put lava next to snow because that makes total sense.
And I'm going to, yes. Well, have you played Heroes Gate? All right, and I'll place mine there. All right, so Jimmy's still first because he got the dragon. So we're going to turn over 4 more tiles. All right, buddy. Which one of those would you like?
Desert.
You sure? Because you'll get 2 points for the snow here.
Oh, stay away.
Fine.
No,
No.
no. Take the desert. Take the desert.
Which snow do you want? The snow dirt or the snow volcano?
Snow dirt.
Snowball game.
Snow dirt.
Okay. Oh, the one that would have been perfect for Violet? Yeah, that's a good choice. All right,
Good
so put it
job.
in your thing.
Great job.
All right, so since Jimmy matched 2 snows here, you get two egg tokens. All right, so go ahead and take 2.
Oh, I wouldn't get this. Oh, I forgot. That
It's a
wasn't
dragon.
right.
All right, can you take another one?
Take one. Jimmy,
Another one?
take another egg.
Take another egg.
Jimmy.
Snow egg.
Snow egg. Another.
So you got 2 dragons? All right.
Come on.
Ruby, what do you want? All right, sit down, buddy.
Desert pasture.
Got it?
Pasture.
All right, so Ruby's matching the desert and the pasture, so she's going to get a point, a token for each of those. It'll probably both be cracked eggs. Were they both cracked eggs?
No, one was a dragon.
All right, but she got a cracked egg, so you take the mama dragon. All right, your turn.
I finally get an egg.
All right, so you take one of the dark green eggs.
Hey, it's a dragon.
All right, and then I'll take this one, and I will match it like this, which gives me a snow egg. What do you think? Is it a cracked egg or a dragon?
Hopefully a dragon, because I don't want to
Crack.
be going last.
Are you laughing at me? Oh, that's right. Thank you. I do get the mom dragon.
Yes.
Oh, how sad for you. All right, here we go. 4 new ones.
I want that one.
Well, no, I go first, buddy. So I'm going to pick first
Take the
here.
one that he wants. He does not deserve any.
He doesn't know.
Do you want desert? No. Do you want the trees
How about you don't take any?
I don't actually particularly like any of these, buddy. But I am
or
going
the
to take...
garden?
I'm going to take this one here. I'm going to place it like this, which matches trees to trees, because if I get lucky and get another sand one, I can stick it in there and get 2 sands.
I'm going to give you one.
Oh, you're going to give me one? You give me a broken egg!
Great job, Jimmy.
This is what happens.
It's your turn.
Daddy, this is what happens when you get bumped
It's your
by
turn.
6
It's your
years.
turn. How
He's not
did
sorry.
you get smart?
See,
All
will you
right.
stop taking those ones? I want those.
So you get a lava egg and an ice egg.
Stay away from them.
Ho ho! 2 broken eggs! That's what you get for giving broken eggs to your father. Alright, you get the mother dragon now.
Ah!
You know that she's worth a point, right? Alright, Ruby, your turn.
Desert.
You got what you wanted anyway.
And
Well, hang on, let her take her desert one first.
But dude.
wrong place.
Hey!
Dragon. And it's cute.
Okay.
Alright, so who's going first? Jimmy? Alright, Jimmy. What do we got here? What do you want?
Hey, dude, do you mind staying away from stuff that I want for once in your life?
I want.
Ruby, stop. If you don't want it, you can just take
I
your turn. No one will
want
care.
There's a plus desert.
No! No! No!
Alright, so that gives you a desert egg. So go ahead and
Wasted.
pick one of those.
That's a broken Come on.
Alright, you got a dragon. Alright, Ruby, what do you want?
She wanted that thing.
You're still doing okay.
Desert. Desert.
Well, you're going to get 2 desert eggs, so what do you care?
I do?
Yeah, because you connected the 2. So just so everyone knows, under all the different colors, there are 7 dragons, and then all the rest are cracked eggs.
Gimme. Both of them are cracked.
All right.
I don't
My
really
life
want
is
this one, but he
officially
needs it more than I do, so I'm taking it.
Who's he? That's very rude of you, but go ahead.
Do you want
You know
one?
you get 2. Oh, another dragon? Man, Violet is winning.
Yes, but I don't get to go first.
Oh, how sad. I will take this one here and put it like this and take 1 egg. It's going to be a dragon. What should I take? I will take this one.
Okay, just don't go. Come on! No! You are literally killing me right now.
I wanted to go
I
first.
don't think you understand what the word literally means. Got it. All right. I'm first.
You better not.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho.
No!
So that
Wait,
gives me
really?
a sand
Really?
and it gives me 2
That's
trees.
a surprise?
No. What are you talking
I
about?
thought you were getting the pasture one.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So why wouldn't I take it?
I need.
Oh, them are broken eggs. You know I've not got a single dragon. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 broken eggs. Why is that funny? Why are you laughing?
Jimmy's turn. Which one?
What are you taking? I haven't saw anything.
No! Yeah! No!
You stop taking the good stuff. Give me just
I got a volcano dragon!
Yes!
I thought
No
it
one
was
is
gonna
happy.
say.
No
I thought
one
it
is
was
happy
gonna
for
say
Okay.
volcano.
All right,
I
Ruby,
got
your
a
turn.
volcano.
So you're passing? All right.
No,
done?
no.
I'll take the bow.
This one?
Pasture and poop.
Pasture and what? That's rock.
Never mind, it looks like it's from far. I want garden. Where's the
Dragons are
garden?
my favorite. I might just
There we
take
go.
all these dragons now.
You know, that's called a humble brag. Not a good idea. All right.
A what?
Humble brag. That's when she's like, oh, am I getting just dragons? I don't know what to do with them. Alrighty. I don't see any desert there. So I'm thinking I'm going to take this and this. And that gives me an ice dragon. I got a dragon finally! And
Do me a favor. Stop filling up all one by one.
that's the best dragon of all. 50 points. Not really. Go ahead,
You
pick
got
one.
a dragon.
Which one do you want, buddy?
Kind of looks like mommy when she's pissed.
No, Jimmy. I think the other way was better. No, Jimmy. The other way was better.
No, that was good. I don't know what she's telling you. You're matching that and that.
The
Oh.
other way was better.
Why is it so perfect?
All right. All right, Ruby, your turn.
I don't get another egg art.
No.
Forest and snow.
No.
Forest and snow.
You deserve to die.
I don't think, again, that you're using...
I didn't say literally.
No!
All right, what did you get? 2 dragons?
Yep.
All right. All right, last time, who's first? Jimbo? All right, ready? Here we go.
Okay, there's literally no way by the moment.
All right, what do you want,
She
buddy?
doesn't have any broken eggs.
Eh.
Shut.
Yeah. You stop taking.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you got 1 desert and 1 volcano.
Daily.
All right,
Oh.
so you got 1 cracked egg and 1 volcano egg. Broken egg. All right, Ruby,
Pasture and
got it?
thank you.
Yay!
Yay! Now I got only 1 volcano.
Broken eggs. Awesome.
Yeah, because that's worth a
volcano
point.
dragon.
Shush.
Ah! I only have 1 volcano dragon.
Better not
My
get.
streak remains.
Yeah, it does. All right, I'll put this here, and I get
Put some in
a
the-
dragon.
Ah.
All right, so everyone now, that's all the tiles. So everyone count your dragons. And
7. 7.
I have 1,
8.
2, 3, 4. Only just
5.
4. Oh, 5. Oh.
Daddy?
I have 3. I think I won.
Violet is the winner.
How many do you have?
8. How many do you have, Ruby?
I'm higher than you.
Are you? All right, let's play one more time. We're going to play with the advanced rules now. So let's put all the eggs back and mix them up in the middle. Give me the tiles.
Wait,
Okay.
we weren't playing with the...
We weren't. Did you take extra tiles? No, so the
No,
advanced
I took a
rules
bunch
are
of
basically this. There's
coins.
watering, watering. Sorry, I'm Pennsylvania Dutch. There's watering holes, and if you connect with a watering hole, you get double tiles. That's it.
Look, it's Florida.
Florida's not desert. Florida is marshlands.
It's desert.
Same thing.
I don't think. No, it's not. Who did I steal that from you?
Me. Wait.
All right, Jimmy, you're first again. Violet, stop winning.
I make no promises.
You're pink.
It's not anything to do with me.
All right, remember,
It's doing-
remember, Buster, that. Wait, we gotta turn the broken eggs over. That's come on now, you can't.
He was trying.
It's cheating. Have you been playing with mommy? All right.
She's amazing at board games for some reason.
All right. Here we go. Jimmy, you get to pick one of these.
How about
How about you don't take
this
the one I want?
one?
All right, so you attach that. That's not a watering hole, so just one. So you get one sand egg. Hopefully we've mixed them up enough so that you can't remember. Broken egg, broken egg, broken egg, broken egg, broken egg.
Fucking Nick.
All right, Ruby, what do you want?
Please don't.
Volcano. With snow.
Got it.
Obviously.
I wanna pick
Dragon.
this. I wanna pick this one.
Well, you don't get two. I get one.
I wanted to pick this.
Jimmy can have it. Daddy doesn't.
No, don't listen to her. All right. So no one got another broken egg. So Jimmy, you're still first. All right. That's it. That's
Yes!
I don't know what you want.
This one.
You know, this one's a double. This one's special because it's a watering hole.
No, he picked. He took. No, he picked.
He does it. He does it.
All right, hang on. All right, take a black egg. You know the boy is half your age, right?
He's like,
Yes! Dragon!
No, stay away.
So then
Too
you get to
bad.
put two eggs there.
one's a broken egg.
All right, take the mommy dragon.
Okay, my turn. I get
I'm her
mine.
favorite,
Let's
not
see.
you.
Another dragon. What a surprise.
I believe you're cheating. I'll place this one here.
I never got any.
I got a dragon.
I never got any
miracle.
garden eggs.
All right, well, Ruby, your turn to go
got
first.
Any garden eggs? I didn't like that game earlier. I wanted a garden egg so much, but
So that is actually. Let me look at the rules. If you
But
put
I
that
was-
next to the, water one, yeah, you'll get an extra dragon. Oh, I'm sorry. I said the rule wrong. When you do that, hang on. Let's mix them up. Put them back. When you put it next to a watering hole, you don't get two. You draw two and you pick one of them to keep.
Wait, do you get to see what they are?
Yes. Otherwise, what would it wouldn't make any sense. All right, it's your turn. So where did you put it?
Let me take one.
Wait, where did you put it? So you get to draw two and keep one of them.
I wonder what you'll pick.
Enjoy the broken egg. So mix it back in. Your turn.
Let's see. More dragons. Why are you upset? You got the water.
I think I shall do that. That gives me a volcano. Yeah, another dragon. All right, buddy. Oh, wow, I
How
set
is
you
this
up.
physically possible?
What? Why do we leave him with the good one?
All right, so you get two eggs here.
You should have taken it.
You get a stone egg and
E.
there you go.
Overcorrect.
Why?
Dragon.
All right, you get the mommy dragon. All right, buddy. Die? What? Where'd that come from? All right. Let's
You want your mother to Jimmy,
let's
do you
draw
want
4
mommy
new
to
ones.
die?
Jimmy, you're first. Which one would you like?
I want.
Pick one.
Desert with volcano.
Got it.
That makes total sense.
All right, so you get
Let's
one
play
desert
Minecraft and
egg.
Put a volcano in there.
Yeah, it does seem a little Minecrafty.
Which
Didn't really look like a
No, you can't.
volcano.
Could you pick 2 and put one back? Oh, they were both dragons. All right. We will allow that cheatery for now. All right, Ruby.
Oh.
Your arm's too short. You don't deserve to have it. Will you stop taking
What
out
happens
the
if I
water?
put a watering hole next to the water?
You still only get to draw 2 and keep 1. So you get to draw
Okay.
2 blues and keep 1, and then you get 1 green.
Okay, first I'll flip over this. Broken egg. Crapping broken egg. Thank you, dragon.
All right, put it back, mix them up. What are you taking? That's the one I wanted. Thank you.
You're welcome. Another dragon.
All right, I'm gonna put this one here. Like this to
I
this.
even listened to Daddy yesterday,
All
and I
right,
made a big
broken
sack.
egg.
Not one little nine.
That isn't one little line.
All right.
Shush.
All right, we have 3 more turns.
Leave it with horrible.
Here we go. I'm first this time
Why?
because I broke an egg. Ah, there we go. This works perfectly.
That was stupid.
How was that?
Why?
It's this.
No, I want 2 eggs
So
instead
what?
of 1. And they're both dragons. Yeah, they are both dragons. I was just kidding, but okay. Jimmy, your turn. What do you want?
I want.
This one has a watering hole, so it's
No.
really good.
No.
Just pointing that out in the.
Hey, take it. I don't want Ruby to have it. You have 2. You have 2, Ruby.
All right, so pick an egg.
2 eggs?
Well, just pick 1 at a time. Take 1 egg first. All right, so put that one here. And then for this one, you get to take 2 eggs, but you only keep 1. So pick 2 eggs, and we'll look at them.
Crap.
It's kind of like what you do normally when you cheat, except now it's legit. And you'll keep that one, right? The dragon.
No, I think you should keep the broken egg.
Yeah, keep the broken egg.
All right, Ruby.
Yeah, leave me with the horrible ones.
You have all the dragons. Shush.
I only have 5.
I only have 4.
3.
Well, Jimmy's like,
All right, are you gonna
First
draw
time to
a
do.
tile?
hey, stay.
No, Jimmy, you can't keep taking more tiles than you get per turn. That's what's called breaking the rules.
Oh wait, I forgot to get a snow.
How?
Give me that mummy. Oh wait, no.
Give it to me.
I
No.
got a broken egg.
Just
Yep. All right, Val, you pick first. Okay, you stop screaming in people's ears.
And just go.
All right.
And just fall down.
Which one would you like?
Because there's lava in it. Just pour the lava
The
back.
release date, people have been asking when this is being released, end of July, which is only a month away. The year is half over as of midnight tonight. It's been the longest and shortest year of my life. All right, so you get to draw 2 of those. Will you stop moving? You're not going to get any of the tiles you want, just as a heads up. All right, I'm going to...
Okay, I wonder what I'll pick. This one looks better.
Jimmy, pick.
I got a sand and fire.
Jimmy, go.
A song of sand and fire. I'll write the sequel in about 12 years. All right, your turn.
Jimmy.
Neither one of them is actually spectacular.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No, that was better for him because he gets 2 of the black ones. You get 2 black eggs, buddy.
Oh, they're both cracked.
2?
You hope they're both cracked? Yeah.
Wait, Daddy. When? No, wait. He went.
Oh. You were right.
They were both cracked?
Okay,
Yeah.
this. Do I get to choose from 2 sand eggs?
Yes.
First, flip this over. Broken egg. Give me.
Are they both broken? All Alrighty, we'll put one out. Here we go. Final round. Ruby, you're first. What would you like?
Oh.
It's the final round now.
That's easy. Stay away. Stay away.
There's 2 of them.
Daddy, this one's actually better.
Well, actually, yeah, you're right. Okay, so you draw 2 of each and keep.
They're both the same.
No, because she can match up double.
Yeah, they're both the same.
Now, if she had done this one, it would have been water, and this one would have been green.
Why?
But here she got water. And
Why?
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 Oh, do you get 4 broken eggs? Good. Your turn. Hurry up, pick the broken ones, mix them back in so Violet can draw them.
Yes.
Sorry. Keep mixing. Keep mixing.
Let's see. Of course.
No, give her to Mommy Dragon, Ruby.
And then I have...
Are you done?
No. Hey, it's a dragon.
All right. I'm going to
Yesterday, we couldn't
take
get
this one here,
dragons.
which matches
Today,
ice,
I
and
have too many.
this. Pass over the Mother Dragon, please.
Currently, the watering hole
All right, Jimmy,
has
put this one
failed
in
me.
somewhere.
It has not failed you.
Where do you want to put it? You should put it next to that one.
What are the broken eggs? Do we need it?
No.
Got it.
7 broken eggs.
2.
Have a mind of your own. You get Well, maybe you could take the Alpha Gamer's advice next time. All right. Everyone count your dragons.
3.
I have 6.
I have 1, 2, 3,
7.
4, 5.
Violet wins again.
Why?
Because.
Alrighty.
Why?
Well,
I
Jimmy,
can't.
thank you for playing. Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye.
All right, you can go over there and play the iPad now.
Yay.
Only reason he showed up.
All right, we'll slide this over there. We're gonna throw this back in the box, which is somewhere around here. Well, you know what? Let's push them all to the side. Put you all in that
Yes.
corner there. And then Ruby, slide over here next to me. All right, folks. Now we're gonna play Animix. Now, the last game is clearly a game for kids, although adults can play it, obviously. This game could be for kids, but also can be played with adults. In fact, you can play this with up to 6 players. And so this one's a little tricky to explain, so we're going to set it up first, and then we'll explain how it works. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick animals. So we're playing a 3-player game of this. So in a 3-player game of this, we're going to use 4 different species of animals. And I believe there is 8 different ones to pick from. So we'll play twice, and we'll use 4 of them in one and 4 in the other. Now we're just going to randomly pick 4 animals, okay? And then we'll use the other 4 for the next game, because the animals will score in different ways. All right. So first animal will be the penguins.
Great.
Second animals will be the pelicans. Third animal will be, we already have penguins, we'll leave them out. Okay. Monkeys and chameleons. All right, so let me find the rest of each of these. So we're going to use all the animals of each of the types. I don't know why wolves are out. You're right, sorry.
We just
Just go in there and close the door. That's-
Yes, Jimmy, it's amazing how doors can work.
No, no lovebirds in this game.
Yeah.
Lovebirds suck.
All right. No, they don't. Elephants, monkeys, pelicans. I think I got it right here. So then we can just use the other half of the deck for the next one. Alrighty. Okay, so what we're going to do here, folks, when we play Animix, is we're going to make a grid of cards in the middle of the table. But before we do that, we're going to give out... we're going to put them in a grid here, and that grid is going to be 4 by 5. 4 rows by 5 columns. So here we go. There's going to be 5 columns. So 1, 2, 3... Oh, wait. I can make them face me. I keep forgetting that. 3, 4, 5. So we're actually going to put them down here because this is the main... So we have 5 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's perfect. Okay, great. Now what we're doing here is we're going to be trying to control each of the animals. Each animal that we control is going to be worth points. And they're going to be worth points in different ways. Then we're going to get 6 cards each. These are secret cards. We're not going to share the knowledge of them with anybody else. 3, 4, 5, and 6. The remaining cards, there's 2 of them, are out of the game completely, and we won't use those. Now, what we're going to do on your turn, there's going to be 6 turns in this whole game. It's a very quick game. You are either going to take a card from your hand and play it face down in front of you. You want to do that because the more cards you have in front of you of a certain animal type, and this is Animix, by the way, Roy. The more animals, if you have the most of an animal of a certain type, you will score for that animal on the board. So all these animals are going to score based on how they're in this pattern. But you have to have the most. If you're tied with someone else, you'll split the points. So one thing you do is place a card down in front of you. Another thing you can do is you can take a card from the grid and place that one in front of you. Then put one of your cards there in its place, face up, of course. And then you'll put a mountain on that to show that that one can no longer be moved for the remainder of this game. Those are the 2 options. We'll do those. We'll do each of those that 6 times, and then we're going to score. Whoever has the most animals of each type will score for that type, and each animal is going to score differently. So for the monkeys, they're going to score. You're going to find the column that has the most monkeys in it. So right now it's this column, and each of those monkeys is 2 points. So right now monkeys are worth 4. For pelicans, you're going to find the biggest interconnected group of diagonal. So here we would have 3. That's the biggest group, and get 2 points for those. So pelicans right now are worth 2, 4, 6. For penguins, it's the same thing, but orthogonally, which means not diagonal. So here we have 1, 2, 3 next to each other. So penguins are worth 6 points. And the chameleon will give you points for different animals next to it. Whichever one chameleon is the most, and that would be this chameleon here, because he's next to 1, the chameleon counts, 2, 3 different animals. So this chameleon is worth 6 points. Everyone understand? Alrighty. And who goes first? Randomly do a start play. Let's do rock, paper, scissors. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. All right, so here we go. So you can put a card down in front of you, or you can replace one from the grid.
Okay, can this be the order?
No, it cannot be the order. It's always clockwise, and you're always last.
You will never know what it is.
That's correct. I am actually going to take... I'm going to take this penguin here, and I'm going to put a monkey there. That monkey cannot be moved. So I increased monkeys, and I also put, basically I bought a stock of the penguins. All right, but see, Violet just put a card down in front of her. I don't know what she put. I can look at it and cheat, but I don't know. Because I did what I did, which was it gives me more control over the game, but also allows everyone to know what I took. All right, your turn.
Okay.
Just putting a card down in front of you. Your turn. All right.
We just crushed those penguins.
Hang on, it's my turn first. Get on. I'm going to take this monkey here and put a penguin there. So you're just putting cards down. We don't even know what Ruby's doing. Go ahead. Why are you ruining my... Do not like that, Sam, I am. All right, I would love to take that monkey card right now, but I cannot because there's a mountain token on it. Instead, I will take this pelican here and replace it with a pelican. There is strategy in that I can't think of. Your turn.
I was saving that pelican.
So you're taking a monkey and replacing it with, oh.
Yeah.
I do like that. All right, your turn.
Okay. I'm ruining it all.
That was pretty jerky there, child of woe. I'm just putting a card in front of me. Your turn. Okay, your turn. I'm going to take this chameleon and play pelican.
Go.
Why are you like this?
Too bad we were the pelican.
I want you to lose. That has been my motto ever since I was a child.
You are still a child, just to
I'm
clarify.
Yes.
Ever since she was a baby, she just.
Really? Since you were a baby? I thought you'd love me when you were a baby.
Who says?
Okay, go. Go. All right, so we're going to score them up each real quick, so we'll just pick one. So we'll start with the monkeys. Monkeys score 6 points. Who has, how many monkeys? I have 1.
2.
None.
All right, so Ruby has 6 points.
I have 2 minutes.
All right, easy enough. And then the chameleon, this chameleon gets the maximum points, so 8 points for the chameleon. How many chameleons?
4.
Oh. Well, I had 2, but you get 8 points. All right, so 8 points, 6 points. Next we have penguins. Penguins score 2 points.
And I got 2.
I have
Got
2.
1.
Weird.
All right, so you guys split 1 point each. So you have 9, and you have
7.
7, and I have 0. The pelicans have 2 diagonal, so that is 4 points. Anyone else have pelicans?
I have 1.
I have 2, so 4 for me. So 4, 7, 9, Violet wins. That's the whole game.
I want to get.
You won yesterday.
Take that.
All right. Well, let's play now with the other 4 animals. This is pretty easy with this particular group.
I'm surprised why we didn't do penguins yesterday. They're pretty easy.
Well, they are. I mean, all the animals are easy.
I picked my
And
favorite
if you play, and you can play up to 6 players of this, folks. And if you play with more players, then you simply just add more animals and make the grid bigger. But we're playing with 3 people, which is the minimum number you can play this with.
Now
Oh
we're
no,
using
I'm sorry. No, it's not. 2 players is. With 2 players, you would have you play with 3 animals and 4x4. But with 6 players, you play with 7 of the 8 animals and play with a 6x6. So it's a much bigger thing. So these are just 4 different animals, and of course you'll change the game up.
No, not lovebirds.
There. I ruined all your lines. What was that?
All right, here we go. Here's the grid. We got elephants. So elephants here, folks.
Ruby, it's you.
They're my favorite animal, so that's not a bird.
Make impact.
For elephants, the more elephants you have in a row are going to score you points. So the elephants right now are worth 4. Lovebirds are worth 2 points if they're in a pair. I think it's 2 points if they're in a pair. Lovebirds are worth 4 points for each pair on the board. So lovebirds could conceivably score you a ton of points. Wolves score you 2 points for each wolf on the outside rim of the grid.
That one.
So this wolf isn't doing anything, but these 2 are. Where are the lions?
There it is.
Lions are worth 11 points, minus 1 for every lion that's in the grid. So the more lions out there, the less they're worth. So right now, lions are worth 7. So we'll pick our starting thing.
That one's okay.
Violet, you went first, so you will go last. I will go first.
When did I go first?
Yeah, you just said go first, didn't you?
I don't know.
Yeah, because you were on rock, paper, scissors.
Wait, what?
All right.
And then you cheered about it.
Huh.
All right.
What she want?
Right, so she's going last. I'm going first. And you go second.
Bitter.
All right. I'm just putting a card in front of me. I'm going to play this one smarter. No, you're... Oh, wow. Did you play a card in front of you?
No.
Then maybe you should not skip her turn. Taking a wolf and putting out an elephant. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Your turn.
Mountain.
I will also play a card in front of me. Your turn. Interesting. I'm going to take this lion and put a wolf there.
What? That's stupid.
How's that stupid? I'm not doing the wolves. I don't care about the wolves. Go ahead, your turn.
Aha.
Ooh, interesting. There are 2 pairs of lovebirds on the table. Okay. Violet. I'm going to take this elephant and
You will never see my cards.
This
is not Uno.
I'm gonna
I'm
put
not
this
stupid.
lion there. All right, your turn. No, it's her turn.
Right.
You are the skipper of the ages. Oh, she put a card down. Go ahead.
Now do it. Mountain.
Alrighty, I'm gonna take. Oh, this is terrible.
It is?
Well, I'm just gonna hope. I'm gonna take this lion and put out a lovebird.
Okay. Oh.
Your turn.
You have to place it down with your cards.
I know. I'm thinking.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Did you say berry?
I did. I'm gonna take this one, put that one.
Okay. Man, I love
Your turn.
Oh, it's fun.
Okay.
Hey, Violet. Now you won't be mistaken anymore.
Alrighty. Okay, so we'll start with lions. Lions are 7 points because there's 4 of them. 11 minus 4 is 7. Anyone else go for lions?
Nope.
3.
3. Why?
Wait, who gets 4? Me. Me.
No,
Me.
I think it's rounded down. Hang on. Yep, rounding down. We each get 3. Okay, so 3.
Rule book.
Got it. Okay, next is elephants.
Oh.
Elephants are worth 8 points.
No.
Oh well.
8 plus 3 is 11. I'm very pleased by this. All right. Next up is wolves. Wolves have 3 wolves on the outside. Wolves are worth 6 points.
3.
Ah, 1.
So you have 6 points. 6 to 11 to 3. And then lovebirds. Anyone have lovebirds? Lovebirds are worth 8 points. So 8 plus 6 is 14, giving Violet the win once again, having swept all 4 games in a row. All right.
Destroyed, Daddy. High five.
You lost too.
Exactly. You lost also. How much points did you have?
117.
Tell me.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that's it for our live plays.
How
Don't forget
many?
the contest that we were running.
How many?
So we played both of these. That's Animix and Dragomino. So what we're going to do now is the contributors are going to be back. We're going to be doing some more stuff, watching as we continue December Spectacular. Remember, you can jump to the next video in the series from here. When this one finishes, we'll have a small break, and then we're going to be doing a live game show, me and Z Garcia, at 8 o'clock. I'll see you then, but we have some more stuff coming up right now. Stick around. Here we go.
Deck building is a genre that has been popular since the days of Dominion, now evolving into bag building as well as card crafting. Apparently, as humans, we like the idea of just pulling random things from a bag and seeing what we get. basically taking it down to the equivalent of putting your hand in a bag of Rebels and hoping that you don't get a peanut one. But what games should you consider from this category? Are they all good? What are the best? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you today. My top 10 deck/bag building games of all time. Hi everyone, I'm Luke Hector from the Broken Meeple. Thanks for tuning in and watching this top 10. This is my top 10 deck/bag building games. What am I on about here? Well, deck building since Dominion has just gone like crazy in games, and it's evolved since then into two separate sub-genres, which are still kind of part of this genre, hence I'm bringing them all together here. And for that, bag building and card crafting. Now, I don't like it when it's a side thing in a game, at least not the deck building side of things. Deck building is kind of something I want to be the focus. I want you to go, right, this is what you're doing, you are deck building. Not a game where it's like, you are worker placing with this action selection and this trading over here, oh, and by the way, this little bit is done by the deck building. It's like, no, I'm not interested in that. What I want is full-on pureness. I'm a purist, put it that way. So these are my 10 favorites of all time. Deck, bag, card, whatever it is. As long as it's got that kind of personal resource that you are constantly tweaking and trimming or bloating to your heart's content in order to make it your own. It's a great fun mechanic, and these are my favorite 10. Now, I won't be pulling these items off my shelf, but you will be getting photos transitioning in and, you know, the actual game title there and that. It's just easier to do with this kind of distance from the lens. But my number 10 is an AEG game called Automobiles. Automobiles was a kind of unique, innovative idea. This thing of creating a racing game with the bag building part of it. You're racing around a track and trying to finish the race. Okay, everybody knows how to do that by now, don't they? But on top of that, the way that you are racing around the track in terms of what gears you're on, what side of the track you're on, you know, what equipment you're using, is all done by bag building. You have a randomized set of cards based on different things like your performance, your brakes, your handling, and with those cubes that are all in this bag, as well as these gear cubes, which are basically different shades of black, white, and grey, you pull these out and use them to move the car around the track. It's basically NASCAR racing. So big oval ring for the most part, although the expansion does include some slightly different tracks. And the great thing I love about this is not only just the sheer idea of it, you know, racing along with bag building is already a pretty interesting concept, but also just how much fun it is to do. The turns should not take someone too long, providing they're used to this type of genre, although playing it with 4 to 5 players might take a little bit too long, so maybe I suggest keeping it at 3, and 2 with some of the expansion maps in particular are pretty good with 2. But it's a good fun bag builder, you know, just everybody gets the concept of racing. It's just a case of making your bag as efficient as possible so that you can race across that track faster than opponents. Sometimes can lead to a kind of a runaway leader, but for the most part, I've had some pretty good tight finishes, and you can even play this in a campaign kind of Grand Prix mode, well, whatever you want to call the NASCAR equivalent of that, in the expansion that came out for it. So I still enjoy this one. In fact, you can see it behind my shelf right now. Need to get it to the table a bit more, I think. So that's my number 10, Automobiles. My number 9, I currently keep in a giant box up there, and that is Marvel Legendary. Marvel Legendary is one of the old deck builders that was around, basically taking the Marvel license and turning it up to 11. This one allows you to combine many different heroes, and I mean many different heroes. It's got a little ridiculous by now, with expansion after expansion after expansion coming out and just making everything crazy. With this, you have a mastermind villain that you are fighting along with their own villain and henchman groups. They're all shuffled into a deck along with a scheme, which is essentially the plan. So what is your plan? Is it the Skrulls invading? Is it, you know, robbing this bank? Is it destroying the world? Is it creating a horde of zombie mutants, that kind of thing? And then you create a hero deck from whatever combination of heroes you like. You know, you want to take the base set, you'll probably have some very basic ones like, you know, Cyclops and Wolverine and maybe, you know, Captain America, but then you can get the expansions to get like the Guardians of the Galaxy, Heroes of Asgard, more X-Men, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Incredible Hulk sort of legacy bit. You name it, there's an expansion for it. It's kind of crazy, and that's why there is a giant crate on my shelf up there in order to hold it all. What's holding it back? Mainly the fact that it's a bit of a setup bugbear to deal with because I've got to get the whole thing down and then find out what decks I'm using. But I enjoy this one, you know, I tweak about with different solo modes, but personally I think it's better to play this game as a sort of two-handed, free-handed player game, you know, so you're by yourself and then you just control multiple hands. It's not too difficult, you're combining heroes from them anyway, but it's a good use in the Marvel license, there's a ton of content out for it, it's not a complicated game, it's just a pretty hard one when you start getting into the future heroes. That's number 9, Marvel Legendary. My number 8 I mentioned during the intro to this video. It is the one, it is the only, it is the original, you might say, Dominion. Dominion is just a really cool deck building game. It is the purest deck builder out there. The original one that came out and basically said, here's deck building, it is here to stay, boom, go, let's do this. And by now, it's gotten so bloated that to have every single card of this game is kind of tantamount to Magic the Gathering levels of addiction. You might want to be a little bit concerned if you have every card for this game. Because I play this when I can, but I do not play this often enough to warrant every single expansion, especially when some of them are god-awful expansions. To have every single card, is there really anybody out there who's playing this game religiously enough that they use every single set on a regular basis? I'm like, come on, that can't be true. But you know, for me, what did I keep? I kept Seasides, Prosperity, Hinterlands, and come on, Guilds. Yes, and with those, I'm comfortable. I don't need any more expansions on top of that. It fills a big box in the other room. I've got a crate for it, and it does the trick. I don't need the sleever or anything, and I think those sets were probably my favourites of the lot. I've no intention of buying any more sets, but with this one, I don't need to. There's so much variety in the game, and with the right players, it's super quick. It's like, right, go, buy the gold, right, buy a village. You can literally go at hyperspeed when playing this game if you know just the general idea of Dominion. As soon as you absorbed at the start of the game, right, and these are my locations, okay, fine, yeah, we'll go with that. Right, let's go. And from that, it just works really well. Get a slow player in this and it will drag, but for the most part, I just go through this at hyperspeed and just see what happens. Now, that doesn't mean I want to play this against the professional level players who can literally at the start of the game go, I win 20 moves. It's like, it's like I haven't even started yet and they've already decided I've lost, which probably tends to actually happen in that way. I can't change time, unfortunately. But yeah, Dominion, still a good one for me. It's one of the originals and it's still really good. This one is actually one of the ones that's kind of it's kind of escaped that whole stigma of, you know, this is a popular one to hate on. Things like Catan and Splendor and a few games like that are kind of like, oh, it's popular to hate them now. Don't tend to hear the same with Dominion. I wonder why. Oh well, doesn't matter. Dominion, my number 8. My number 7, you might be able to see on the shelf, I'm not sure. I don't think the angle will go down long enough, but this is going into that subgenre of games, you know, and yes, people might be thinking, well, why don't I just do deck building and just deck builders? Well, that's because if I tried to do the two subgenres as their own top 10, it wouldn't work out. It just literally would be like, okay, here's like 50 deck builders, here's about 10 bag builders, and even then they're not all good, and here's about 3 of the other ones. So it's kind of like I need to mix them all together. This is the subgenre of card crafting, a new innovation by John DeClaire, and this is Mystic Vale. Mystic Vale is a phenomenal card game where it basically takes the idea of deck building and then goes, how can we twist this around a little bit? Normally you have a deck and you add cards to the deck, you take cards out, you trim and trash and bloat and whatever, and it could be at whatever size it needs to be for your particular game. Mystic Vale does things a little bit differently. The theme is neither here or there, like most deck builders. Deck building is kind of hard to get a theme to stick, but with this, you're essentially magic users, you're druids, you're casting spells and summoning creatures and trying to basically, you know, get victory points more than the opponent. Again, theme, neither here or there, it just makes for a very picturesque setting with the cards. But the idea with this is that your deck is only 20 cards, never changes. but what you're doing is card crafting. You're crafting the cards literally as you go through the game. Your cards may start with some bare bone abilities or might be completely blank. It's just literally a blank card and a sleeve. Doesn't look particularly impressive at first until you start buying the advancements, which are these clear plastic sleeves that you put into the card via the sleeve, and then top, middle and bottom you construct the card. So your card could be completely focused on mana regen. Cool, right, as soon as I play this card out of the deck, I get like 6 mana, like loads to buy more cards. Another one could be focused on point scoring. One could be to generate like tree symbols, which basically is kind of like a push your luck mechanic, where as you draw cards from the deck, if you draw too many of the blight symbols, or like the red decay symbols I think they're called, you can't draw any more cards and you forfeit your turn. It's a push your luck, like, do I go? Never mind. The green symbols cancel them out. So there's a lot of different paths to victory you can do with this, even with the base set. But when you start throwing in expansion after expansion after expansion, which, like you say, most stuff from Older does tend to get that sort of thing, it's not even feel bloated. You only have to choose so many of them, and there's lots of really fun abilities in there. And even better, when you get the big box that I've got down there, the Conclave one, it gives you a mechanism for playing the game so that 2 players take their turns simultaneously. And you have 2 different areas from which you can buy cards. It's a table hog, not gonna gloss over that rather major point, but if you're worried that 4-player Mystic Veil takes a bit too long, or even 3-player Mystic Veil, play it with the Conclave mechanic, I think it's called Equinox. You'd be surprised how quickly you can get through the game now when 2 players have to take their turns. Of course, you got to avoid the slow player, but if you want to check the game out, then check out the app for it. I think it's on Steam as well. It's a fantastic port for the game, but even the card game itself, I still really love this one. Mystic Veil, great new innovative mechanic. That's what I like to see. My number 6 requires us to go back to deck building and then revisit the Legendary series. Now, I'm not putting every single Legendary series on this list. This is the only 2 that you'll get. Marvel was the original one, and then it spawned into this whole series of games called Legendary Encounters. Now, to be honest, I could amalgamate 2 on this list because I've got 3 in the box up there, and all 3 of them I enjoy. But out of all of them, I have Firefly, which is good. Artwork sucks, but it's good. Predator, I really like, but it's not quite as good as Alien Legendary, the first one that came out for the Encounter series. It is still the best one hands down, regardless of whether you like the Alien or the Predator license more. The Alien one just felt cleaner. It was easier to play than Predator because Predator throws in extra modes, and it had more variety in content than something like, say, Firefly. I'm not interested in all these new ones they've done like Buffy and X-Files and James Bond. It's starting to kind of jump the shark at this point. But with Alien Legendary, it has that same mechanic of combine a bunch of hero characters to make a deck. Here's the villain deck. You flip the villain cards over and then react to what's going on. But what this one tries to do is, rather than, unlike Marvel Legendary, it tries to throw in a story. You're playing through the movies as you go. With the expansion, you get to play with like the Alien Covenant style scenarios, and you can mix and match the objectives, so which kind of does lead to some weird combinations, but personally I just like to play through the movie. So the second movie, you've got to, first you've got to find the aliens, then you've got to set up the sentry guns, and then you've got to dispose of the Queen. The third one might be very different though, where you've got to hunt down that one alien that's at the end, although you kind of have to take the theme with a little pinch of salt because it does, you could play through the first Alien movie, there was only one alien, and you're still finding a ton of aliens coming through. But it works great, and this is probably one of the most thematic deck builders you will get, for 2 reasons. Firstly, the cards come out face down until you scan the cards. Makes sense, the aliens are stealthy. You don't know that this threat is coming. You're kind of like, ooh, on edge, I don't know. You've got your big scanner in front of you, and it makes more sense that it would do that. But the second reason, which is just like I call this the best way to die in any board game. Not something you would expect to have on a top 10 list, but oh well, why not? It's the facehuggers. Facehuggers scare me to death. I hate them, okay? They are, hate them. They're basically the closest thing to an alien spider. So it's like, I hate spiders, I'm arachnophobic. So yeah, not good for me. And I have had many heart attacks where I have played the old PC games of Alien vs Predator or Alien Isolation. Seriously, you want a heart attack, play Alien Isolation. That is a scary game. But when you get to the points where the face huggers are around, I am making bricks because I'm waiting for the point where I just walk around on the screen, panicking like crazy, junk, and then this happens. Guaranteed heart attack. Well, in the movies, same sort of thing. I hated those to pot. In the card game, you get the facehugger and it appears in front of you, and if you don't kill it off immediately, then it lays an egg inside you and puts a chestburster card in your deck. Okay, it literally puts a chestburster card in your deck. The egg in your thing is optional extra, but maybe for people you don't like at the table. But with the chestburster in your deck, you now carry on, but as soon as you shuffle your deck again and the chestburster goes back in, suddenly it's like, oh, okay, what happens? Because as soon as the chestburster comes back out of the deck, you die, and it just instant death. I can't think of a more thematic way you can die in a deck building adventure game than the facehugger. It's annoying when it happens, but it's just fun. It's just really cool. You know, granted, your odds of winning are kind of reduced when someone does die like that, but it's cool. It's just a really fun way to die, and certainly it does mean that when you play it repeated times, you're more thinking about, right, the facehuggers could be in the deck. Be alert. And then it happens anyway. So, yep, Alien Legendary, still the best of the Alien Encounter games. Sorry, of the Encounter Legendary games. Alien. My number 5 is possibly, I would say, the smallest deck builder on this entire list. Yeah, I'd say it was the smallest. You can buy it in a pack that's literally about this big. I mean, it's like, you know, a tiny little card box. Granted, the box I have in the other room of this is a big crate. You can go a little bit overboard with this game as well. But, you know, if you want to literally just pick it up as a 2-player, easy play card game, you can just buy it for about a tenner, and it will do you for a long time, and that is Star Realms. Now, you can go / Hero Realms as well, not Cthulhu Realms. Avoid that one, that's a bit different. You could go to Hero Realms, but personally I prefer Star. Reason for 2 reasons. Well, 2 reasons. One, the space theme I think looks better on the cards artwork-wise and just appeals to me more than generic fantasy. Secondly, I think the Hero 1 just goes far too heavy on combat. There are some cards in there that I swear are unbalanced when it comes to how hard they hit you. You know, long games are not worth doing in Hero Realms. Star Realms is a little bit more balanced, but even then, it's just so simple to play. I mean, you've got the standard deck building rules anyway of here's your 5 cards, use them or lose them. But the idea is that you've got to whittle your opponent down to 0 HP. You've got 4 factions of ships. You buy them from a central row. You've got a currency to buy and a currency to fight. Apart from that, you've got a few little abilities of like trashing cards or, you know, the outposts and things which are kind of like extra defensive mechanisms. But the rules are very simple and the game looks gorgeous. I love the artwork in this game. I think I'm just a fan of spacey artwork. I don't know why. I mean, Empires of the Void 2 on my shelf and various other examples, you know, just end up having like artwork that just sings to me. And in here, it's no different. But as I say, buy the 2-player packs and you'll have enough cards to last you for a fair while. But if you want to go nuts, you can buy the various expansions. You can get Star Realms Frontiers, I think it was called. I think they kickstarted a new box recently. Although, don't feel you have to go too mad. I have Space Realms Frontiers. That is plenty for me. It's got a few expansions in it, but I don't need all the weird stuff like Gambits and Heroes and all that stuff. I mean, that's just taking it to a new complicated level. I just like to be able to go, look, here's a bunch of cards, shuffle them, boom, get it down and have fun. And this one, I guarantee, will do just that if you're looking for a 2-player specific card game for a deck builder. Although, with Frontiers and some of those expansions, you can get the ability to play 3 and 4-player, although more preferably, I like the fact you can play it solo. There are some challenge modes where you go up against different objectives, like the giant blob that ate everything and various other weird stuff. And with those, you actually play against like an Automna AI deck. They're very challenging, but they're good fun, and they add just a little bit of flavour and theme into this game. But it's highly enjoyable, even if the app is a little bit hit and miss in terms of its reliability, not to mention the challenge rating is a little bit overpowered in that one. But grab the physical game for cheap or for expense, whatever, it's your choice. My number 4 I did a video on recently. This was probably my most recent review before Solar Storm was done, and this is going back to the card crafting mechanic, and it is a huge monster. It is down there, it almost takes up an entire calyx square by itself. And yes, I admit, as much as I give this like a 9 out of 10 rating, it's not necessarily something for everyone. You know, the huge box, a lot of stuff going on, it's a meaty game, it's definitely one for gamers and definitely for people who want, you know, this big meaty experience and don't mind the storage and the expense. That is Edge of Darkness. This is a brilliant card crafting game if you can sort of deal with the box size and the initial investment of getting to grips with it. The rules themselves are not actually that complicated, but as you're playing it, you've got multiple things to consider. Firstly, the card crafting is there, but it's a communal deck of cards. So you're building this really cool card, other people can still use it. Granted, if it's allied with you, which is a separate sleeve with your banner on it, if they use the abilities, they pay you money, but still, if they've got the money, then it's a good thing for them to basically go, well, your card's really good there. I don't mind giving you a couple of gold for that. Yoink! There you get the power. Really cool. But on top of that, you've got this worker placement system with these agents that you use, these miniatures, and you put them on these 10 different locations, of which there's, with the don't get the very base version of this. Always get the standard one with the stretch goals. You've got like 30 locations in there, so you pick like 10 out of the 30, and it just creates all sorts of weird combinations for actions that you can do, such as, you know, allying, getting your allegiances on the cards, creating new cards, battling threats, which is done by this massive cube tower that just sits there and holds the threats. You drop cubes into it and it dictates who it attacks. Oh my god, I could go on for ages about this game, and I can't describe it too much more, so I highly recommend that you give the video review a look. It's one of my extended reviews that I've done recently where it goes into a lot of detail about the game because it is quite vast. But this one, you know, if you asked me this maybe about a year ago, this probably wouldn't have made the list because I was struggling to get it to the table, but I've been playing it recently solo during isolation, and the solo mode's good. You play against an automata player, that it behaves very much like a two-player game. Simple deck of cards for the opponent to choose what they do, and some action cards that differ from the normal setup. And it's really cool. I now get to play it solo, and I probably will find that I'll play it more solo than I will as a multiplayer, just because the main people I do play it with also have the game, and we're in isolation. So it's kind of hard to do that, but I really love this one. And I get it, not for everyone. If you played this and were underwhelmed, I can totally see that. But for me, it just ticked every single box that I wanted to do. And if it was just a bit smaller in scope and maybe a bit easier to store and maybe not quite like the mammoth it is, then maybe it would have been a 10 out of 10, but still well-deserved 9. Check out the review for more details. My number 3 is a little darling bag builder. Yes, we're going back to bag building now, and is this my... No, I don't want to spoil it. This is a really good bag builder. I mean, we're like 10 out of 10 bag building game for me, and it is the nice, lightweight coffee roaster. Coffee roaster, I originally got I believe it was a Korean version of it back in Essen, my first or second Essen, and then I've upgraded it to the new DLP game Stronghold version purely just because the other one was getting worn down, and I slightly preferred the aesthetics of this one. But it's essentially the same game. But with Coffee Roaster, very simple. It's a bag builder where you roast a coffee. Yeah, cool. You like that theme? I'm actually starting to get more into coffee myself. But I am on decaf. Sorry guys, but gotta watch the caffeine. But with Coffee Roaster, you spend half the game building up the coffee. So you got tokens in the bag, you can do all these funky abilities with them, like convert some tokens into more, draw some out, put some in, trash others, use these color tokens like body and acidity and that to, you know, perform other actions or to get certain other tokens in the bag. And then when you're done, you can basically time how long you want to do it on this little gauge, but the longer you leave it, the more you got to deal with smoke because you're roasting it for so long. And then eventually you go, right, done. Here's my cup. Here's my mug. Draw 10 tokens, put it in the cup, and not a literal cup, it's a picture of one, and you basically see how well you did. You're trying to get a specific roast rating, you're trying to get other factors like the acidity and the taste and body right, you're trying to maybe put sweetness in there, you've got some leeway for trash items, you know, depending on what you've unlocked during the first half of the game, but it's a relatively simple game. Takes about 10 minutes to go through a single recipe. You could play through a 3-part recipe like campaign as they have in 30 minutes. It's just a really fun, addictive game. Now, it is solo only. That's not necessarily a problem for me and for a lot of people. But if coffee is just something that you're I mean, to be fair, when I first got this, I didn't even like coffee. I'm a tea drinker through and through, and I didn't even like coffee. I've now somewhat adapted to it, and now I like instant coffee fine. I will drink a proper, decent bean coffee fine, and I will much prefer a bean coffee. I've even bought myself a grinder and, you know, an AeroPress to actually make, you know, try out different decaf bean coffees. Not many of them around, but at least I can try something. And I like the taste of coffee now. I still prefer tea, but I still like coffee. And to have a game like that, you know, if it was Tea Roaster, wouldn't make much sense. But if it was Tea Drinker or something, then, you know, maybe that would have been fine for me as well. But theme aside, it's still a good, fun solo bag builder, and it's definitely had quite a lot of plays for me. Whether you do it on the app or the physical version is up to you, but personally, if you're going to do a bag builder, have something where you can pull stuff out of a bag. That's kind of the whole point. So, number 3. On number 2, and we return to deck building again, and this one is one of the more recent deck builders that entered my collection, I would say, purely because I never really got hold of it before. This is Dale of Merchants. Dale of Merchants from Sami Lasco, I believe is pronounced. Recently did a Kickstarter for the 3rd expansion to it. I'm certainly a fan of this game, put it that way, yes. You can play it on Tabletop Simulator as well, if you like. I'll even teach it to you one day, perhaps, if you like. But this is a really cool, simple deck builder. Not dirt simple. I mean, I'd say Star Realms is simpler and Dominion is simpler, but it's still pretty straightforward. You're all basically animal folk. You've got these animal factions that you mix into a deck and it's a communal market, but it's not a VP race. Well, it's a race, it's just not VP, it's bad wording. But you're racing to build 8 stalls in front of you. You're all basically merchants. And the first one to build their 8th stall wins. And you do it by playing cards in your hand equal to the value of the stall you're doing, 1 to 8. So 1 to 5 you can do with a single card, but 6, 7, and 8 you're going to have to use combos. And you might even still use combos for the lower ones because they're numbered 1 to 5. But what I love about this is just how smooth it is. You've got 1 of 4 actions to do a turn. Do one of those, your turn's done. You pick X number of races depending on player count, shuffle them all together, boom. Give everybody the level 1 cards, the rest are in the deck. And then you've just got all these really cool abilities that the cards have with some tweaks to the deck building mechanic. Because now, you don't have to use every card in your hand. You don't discard down. You have to physically spend your turn discarding cards. Otherwise, you've got to spend them by various other means. And whatever you buy goes straight into your hand. Not many games do this. Most of the time you buy it, it goes in your discard, and then you got to go, oh, well, eventually that will come back, but I look forward to it. No, this is like, I really like the look of that accordion over there. It's mine for the next turn, and it works well. Trust me, there are weirder items in there than accordion. But the great thing also is these animal factions all have very distinct ways of playing. Some are chaotic, some are just downright take that, like screwing over other players' decks. Some swap cards around, some mess around with the market, some make it easier to make stalls. There are so many of these different animal factions by now with the expansions, it's ridiculous. But to be honest, you could buy one of the mini sets that are just 6 factions and that's it, you use them, and it'd be pretty solid just with that. It's a really good cheap set if you do that. Me, I've got the collector's box with the first 2 small expansions, with the stuff that's in the collector set, and I will no doubt get the 3rd mini set when it comes out. So I've got a lot of animal factions, and cosmic encounter style player powers. Yes, I'm kind of really loving this game. It is a really solid game. I enjoy teaching it, I enjoy playing it, so much variety, and it just... I mean, some of the factions are maybe a bit harder to work with, and maybe some of the player powers you have to think, okay, maybe this will complicate things a bit, but I wouldn't throw them into a player's first game anyway. But if you want to make this streamlined, you can. If you want to make it complex, you can. But those animal factions are just so varied. I love trying out different ones and seeing what happens, and yet it still runs silky smooth and doesn't take me long to teach the game, and doesn't take that long to play it either. 60 minutes, 75 should be all it takes for you to finish this game, even with 4 players. 90 at the max if you are really slow. But, like I say, 90 minutes for a slow game I'll take. It's just really solid, cute artwork, love this one. Dale of Merchants, give it a try if you have not already. And my number one deck builder. Yes, you're probably now grabbing your pitchforks because a certain game hasn't made this list. We'll get onto that in honourable mentions. But, yep, this little one, I can actually even pull it off the shelf. There you go. A Valley of the Kings. Valley of the Kings. This one is such a good deck builder. I love this one, whether it's in portable version or the big premium version that I also have. I've kept both because one's good for travel, one isn't. And Valley of the Kings, wow. I mean, it's standard deck building rules. So here's your cards, use them, lose them. But the twist in this one is that you buy it from a communal pyramid. You have to, it's basically Egyptian themed. You are pharaohs preparing for your inevitable burial. You kind of get a rough end of the stick, really. I'm not quite certain where the upside of this is. It's like, I get to rule over these people, but wait, I've already got to prepare for my death and a bit soon. You know, so I kind of want to live a few more years. But I don't know, they're different cultures. But with this one, you buy from the base of a pyramid, and as you buy from the base, it crumbles down, so the cards become available. But the great thing with this is that all the different items and stuff that you put in, that you can mix up the sets with the expansions, they all have different card abilities and they're all unique. So you've got lots of variety. But the twist is that you don't score for anything in your deck. Anything in your deck is completely useless in terms of points. So where do they come from? You have to put them in your tomb. It's a separate action, which is quite slow. You have to maybe use some other card abilities to do it quicker. But when they go in your tomb, it's a set collection mechanic. So 1, 3, 6, 9, 16, 25, 36, you know, that kind of scale depending on how big the set is because they're different sizes. So as the game goes on, you see the timer of that big deck of cards running out as you get into the more powerful stuff. And it's like, at some point, I need to start putting these cards into this tomb. But you want to hang on to them because they've got cool abilities and they're worth money to purchase other cards, but then you need to get them in your tomb. When do you decide to do it? Great decision with that, but then it gets very tense at the end of the game because it's like, it's going, entomb that, get it all in there. And you realise that you might have left it too late or didn't give yourself enough card abilities to do it. You can make some really interesting decks with this. I have made bloated decks where you draw like half your deck. I've made, most of my decks tend to be when I've trimmed it down to literally like 6 or 7 cards in my deck, so I know exactly what I'm drawing each round. Has its risks, but you know, I enjoy the variety of styles that you can play this game, and mixing those different sets allows you to get lots of different combos and paths to victory that you try. But just even then, the underlying theme that you have to get stuff out of your deck into your tomb for it to score. Very few things that do that, although Dale the Merchant, you can say, does that as well. The idea of building your stalls with cards from your deck means that at some point you have to decide whether the card's useful to you now, or do you stick it in the stall? I love that decision. It's like a multi-use card aspect. So Valley of the Kings, whether you get the portable one, which has a slightly better graphic design than the premium one, but obviously a small card, small deck, or you get the premium version, which gives you tarot-sized cards, premium sleeves, all the expansions in one set, character powers. It is a really good set. But whichever one you can find and whichever one you want to get, entirely up to you. I have done a review on the premium set where I speak about the basic set, but I don't think I ever did a review on the normal one. So, you know, that's it for there. So yeah, my number one, Valley of the Kings. Where's Orleans, you horrible man? Yes, you're probably wondering about that. Well, I don't like Orleans. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't hate it. I just think it's a bit overrated.
Kill him. Kill him now.
You know, I mean, it's a bag builder. I like it, but what are you actually doing with the bag building? I mean, one, you're making a coffee. This one, you're racing. What do you do in Orleans? You level up tracks. You put little tokens on these bits on your board and you level up tracks. That's all you do. It is the most generic, boring medieval theme that there is. So even though the bag building's fine, I just don't care about anything I'm doing in the game. So I don't think Orleans is bad at all, but you know, with the generic theme, the pointless map with like connecting up bits on there, I don't know, it just really, it doesn't entice me back for the second go. The mechanics are fine. If you like dry beige Euro style games, then by all means grab Orleans, you'll probably have a blast with it, and I won't have a problem with it. But for me, I need that theme to draw me back in, and Orleans just doesn't have any theme. Nor did Altiplano, which I thought might be like, oh, you know, do I prefer this to that? I don't know, they're both pretty much the same. It's just put tokens on a board, unlock things, and theme, who cares? They're not bad games, just not a fan. So, we got some honourable mentions on this one, and I've already mentioned the Patreon choice on this one, which was a good old Dominion. You know, Dominion, a lot of people still really like that game, so it's not one that's going to go out anytime soon. But I had a big list of this where I went into a few honourable mentions, and I'm going to mention them just briefly now. So you're probably wondering, well, where did War Chest come in? War Chest has gone down a little bit for me lately, but it would probably be my 11 or 12. It's a really cool bag builder game. It's a 2-player or 4-player 2v2 abstract game, and you're pulling the tokens out and deciding whether to put them on a field or to use them for various like powers. It's a cool game, honestly. Give it a shot if you like abstracts. Dice Masters, is this technically a deck builder? I don't know. I mean, you kind of have your deck of heroes already, and then you build up a bag of... I mean, no, it's a bag builder. It's a bag builder with dice. It's good fun. I just kind of never really got the chance to play it. It was a 2-player only game. Tournament settings were just like, the most horrible... I don't know, I've been to some bad Magic tournaments, but yeah, I did not like the competitive scene with Dice Masters. I mean, the fact that it was the same ultra rares in every single deck, and it just like, yeah, power creep, did not like it. Friday, good solo deck builder. It used to be in the collection, it isn't anymore. It kind of got a bit repetitive for me, but it's a good game. I mean, usually if I'm at the Dice Cafe early, I will whip out Friday and just have a quick go at it. Hard as nails. I don't tend to win it very often, but very simple, where you build up your deck, conquer these hazards, get different cards into your deck, all to prepare yourself for the pirates at the end. It is hard as nails. Very challenging. It's got a learning curve to it, but, you know, theme aside, it's not like the most thematic game in the world, although it's quite amusing that when you first start, Robinson is basically sort of like, you know, he's kind of like a little bit on the stupid side, but he builds up and becomes a more competent individual as you go through the game. Paperback, great deck builder as well, but it's best played offline because, warning, do not play this on Tabletopia. It is horrible because Tabletopia does not have a good enough system to deal with shuffling deck builders, and it just becomes ultra fiddly. If there's one on Tabletop Simulator, I'd like to know that does it better, but personally, just grab the physical version. Play it solo or 2 or 3 player tops. Don't play it with any more because it will just drag out too long, but for 2-player especially, it's just a really good word deck builder. A good combination, deck building with spelling. Not being done before. Hardback was a decent enough sequel. I like Hardback fine, but it was like a bit more complicated, and I thought, well, I've already got Paperback, which is more streamlined. I like Paperback more. So this one, just simply build your deck, spell out words. But you could build your deck to have cool funky abilities, to spell out lots of short words a lot, or you could start like kind of make your deck in the long run to build like the most mega word that you can think of. You know, you slowly build up to this one big word that you know your deck can spell. Mini expansions throw in some tweaks. I really like this one. You know, was it Tim Fowler, I think it is, the designer? It's my favourite that he's done. The Pathfinder adventure card game. This is going back quite a bit. I mean, it's a deck builder. I enjoy it. I played through a lot of the second campaign, which I think was the... Oh, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called. It was the pirate-themed one. And Skulls and Shackles, I think it was. And it was good. I mean, I played it two-handed. You level up your character with experience, get different cards. It's that. What kind of put me off it was just the sheer, like, mass setup and takedown you had to do with the game, but also the theme of it was kind of a little bit iffy because every single scenario basically involved you having this circle of locations that you dig through. You find all sorts of weird stuff at the locations that shouldn't be there, and then you're trying to find the villain who kind of is playing... You're essentially playing whack-a-mole with the villain. You know, he pops up in these decks, and you're just basically sort of like, you know, trying to get him. It's like, where's he gone? And, you know, whack-a-mole with a deck builder is not quite what I was after, but it was alright for a bit. I sold it on. It's an honourable mention. Then finally we got 2 more. DC Deck Builder. Simple deck builder. The theme is a little bit conjointed as you're combining like Superman's heat vision with Batman, for example, and villains are on your side, although that does happen in a lot of superhero films and TV shows. But this one is fine. I like it. I don't think it's amazing, but I do like DC superheroes. I like Marvel superheroes. So just to play a deck builder themed around DC is good fun for me. I just didn't really get into it enough to want to buy it myself. I think other deck builders are better. And then finally, Arctic Scavengers. Yes, this one couldn't really get it to the table as much, but I like the twist with it that it was kind of like a survival-based deck builder game with a little combat element thrown in, but it didn't have a lot of variety in the game, even when you threw the expansions in. So things got a little bit repetitive. Not everybody tagged on to that whole combat bit at the end where you're scrounging for even more resources. But I thought the game itself was pretty solid. I used to have it in my collection. I don't have it anymore. I don't think I intend to get it back into the collection. But if somebody wants to play it and just happily reteaches me it, I'd be more than up for it. So yeah. That's a lot of deck/bag/card crafting games. You know, I mean, the deck building is the main thing, but card crafting and bag building are not ones to be forgotten. And I mean, there's only what, like 4 card crafting games. I can think of the trick taking one. I can think of Edge of Darkness. I can think of Mystic Vale. I think the only other card crafter that I'm aware of is the Dead Reckoning Pirate one that's coming out, which, believe me, I'm deliberately not trying to find out too much information about it and get too much hype, but I'm intrigued by this. You know, another card crafting game. Ooh, I could go for that so badly. But with bag building, are there that many bag builders? How many did I mention on my list? I mean, we had, let's see, going down the list in total, we had Dice Masters, we had Automobiles, we had Coffee Roaster, and that's about it. You know, Orleans and Altiplano wouldn't make my list, and how many other bag builders are there, actually? There aren't that many. I mean, I don't think I would be able to do a top 10 on their own. So that's why I wanted to merge these lot in. Anyway, hope you enjoyed what you saw. I hope these are 10 deck/bag builders that you want to go for. And by all means, let me know in the comments which ones you think should have made the top 10, which are your favorites. Tell me why you like them. Tell me why you dislike these ones. Honestly, I want to get like a whole list of these types of games because I do love this genre. This genre is a big favourite of mine, providing, again, sole focus, Great Western Trail. And, you know, it's just one that I like to play, so I'd like to get your thoughts on it as well. So that's it for me. I'll see you on the next top 10 list. And remember, as always, it's only a game. Take care, stay safe, and just support each other.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University.
Today we're going to be doing a full playthrough for Aidan Lowther's new game, Solar Storm. This is a cooperative game where we are in a spaceship which has been rendered offline by a solar storm, and we're now on a collision course with the sun.
Yes.
And so we have to repair the ship before the deck runs out and the sun swallows us up.
So it has got this pandemic-y feeling, but in a much smaller box.
Yep,
and
pocket size.
it's 3 actions are enforced. So,
Big pocket.
yes, let's get to the table.
Hello, and here we are for our playthrough for Solar Storm. So we're almost fully set up. We've each got 4 resource cards to start the game. And we'll see all of these components as we go through, but essentially the ship is going to be getting damaged by the damage deck. We're going to be trying to repair each of those rooms and ultimately divert the power using the combinations of resources shown in the top left of that. Once all of them are diverted, we can go to the energy core and reactivate it and win the game.
Ooh, so this is a cooperative game, and I'm this player, yellow player, and you're the red player.
I'm playing the red one. And to finish setup, we need to do some initial damage.
Let's do that.
So I've already picked out the 2 cards. Normally you'd take them off the bottom of the damage deck during setup.
Wait, this is still random?
Still random. Yes. So we've got the bridge, the repair center, and the crew quarters. will suffer damage. And the crew quarters again, the armory and the cargo hold. So crew quarters, armory, cargo hold.
Well, the crew quarters is looking not good because if this is gone and then one more damage is taken, then we lose the game.
Yep, but we've got a fair bit of time to do that. So most of these cards, the first tranche of these cards only shows one location. The next tranche will have 2, and after that is 3.
Okay, so it's stacked.
It's at least 4 turns each before the quarters is in damage. All right.
Okay, so you go first.
I'm going first. All right. Let's
So
see.
this is where I should probably go there because I can go first. Does it matter which player goes first?
It doesn't matter greatly, no.
Yeah. So maybe I can go first and then I can go there and quickly repair, maybe. But I don't have any resources to fix it though. That's
I can go to the engine room and do that. I've got the right things for the engine room.
Yeah. Okay. So shall we do that?
Yes.
Or I can go there and then just repair completely and then go there next.
True.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
do have time on the crew quarters.
Yes. So we'll do that.
1. So
One.
we get 3 actions each per turn.
So I'm moving as one action, and then I am what do you call it? Activate the room.
Not activate the room. It is diverting power from the room.
Diverting. So I discard the matching resource. So 2 blue data and then 1 green energy.
Yep.
Discard here.
And then that puts there. So we're already an eighth of the way towards winning.
Yes. So that's actually 2 actions.
Yep.
So instead of moving there and getting ready for next, I can just take +1, which gives me flexibility next time where I'm gonna go.
Yep.
And
You
then
can always save actions till next turn.
yes. So I really need this, so I can either now take 2 of the face down or 1 face up, but I kind of really needed to repair it. So maybe I'll just take this one.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's also a timing element to the game. If the resource deck runs out,
Lucky.
then we lose.
Yes.
So we can either get the 2 randomly, work through the deck more quickly.
And then I don't have more than 6, so I'm fine. And then that's up to you.
Yep. So now we damage the ship.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
And the engine room, that is frustrating because that is
What you
where
wanna
I was
fix?
going to go and divert the power. Okay, now I know the engine room's not, now that this has come out, I know it's not coming out again for another 8 turns at least. So I'm still going to focus there because I've got the right goodies for it. I'm going to go 1. Can I take your data card?
Yeah. Sure.
It is sort of what you're planning to do there.
I know.
But I can polish this off quickly, and I
Yeah.
think that's the thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
I'll grab the data card, and then I'll go here, the 3, and I'll fix all of that next turn.
Okay.
All right, so there's no purpose me getting 2 cards, and
Yeah. You can only take 1 more only.
yeah,
So you can take.
but I don't really want either of those.
So if this gets damaged, is it possible to get damaged? You get the right one.
It can't get damaged again until at least 8 cards into this deck. I'm still going to take 2 because I don't really want either of those for
Okay.
my next adventures.
Okay, so it gives you more flexibilities, perhaps.
Oh,
No, no.
That's so annoying.
Okay,
Right,
that's
I'll
all right.
just discard that one, so I've got
That's
a little bit
okay.
of flex. All right,
All right, that's your.
now we damage the
Yeah.
ship, the armory. Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna do scavenge because I need resource to do anything about everything. So to scavenge, I need to roll a die.
Yep.
On 1 and 2, I don't get anything. 3, 4, 5, 1 card, and then 6 is 2 cards. 6!
Yay, excellent.
Yay, lucky. So 2 cards, whether face down or face up.
Yep, and if you get a face-up one, it will replenish right away.
Okay, I'll just do this and hoping. Yay! I've got the one that I want.
Couple of data.
Yeah, so I will. That's 1 action.
Yep.
2 actions go there. The second action go there.
Yep.
And the third action is to.
I think
So-
you can only do 1 repair for an action.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 with +1.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Very good. And assuming it doesn't get damaged again, you'll be in a...
Good decision to move you
Yep,
or move myself.
move me there. Because actually I've got the sorts of goodies that will repair that room as well.
That's
so you
true.
could bring me
I'm
that.
gonna draw from here. Oh, I've got the universal.
So the universal cards, there's 2 of these in the deck. There's 8 of them that come with the game. And essentially you scale the difficulty of the game by the number that you put in that deck.
So how many do we put in this deck?
So we put 2 in the deck. That's
Wow,
the
that's all.
4th difficulty level out of 5. The reason we did that was that we played it with 6 cards in last time. And we won with a little bit of time to spare. So we thought, let's see how much more difficult it is with only 2 in the deck.
Yes.
We'll
We'll see who win or lose.
see how hard this is.
And reveal the damage deck, please.
Yep. Mess hall.
Okay.
Okay.
There. Okay, your go.
Excellent. All right. So I'll spend my first action to repair the engine room. My second action will
Very
be
good.
to divert power from the engine room, like so. And then my third action, if you're going to bring me over there to fix the crew quarters, I want that metal, so I could scavenge for it, or I could just pick it up.
Yes.
I'm going to, but I'll be out of resources after that, so I'm going to scavenge. 3.
So 1.
So I'll just grab the metal.
Yeah.
So I've got exactly what I want now.
Very
Then,
good. That's really good. So that's it.
Yep,
So you
so
can-
now I either get 1 card or 2.
Get
I feel like I
maybe.
should get 2.
Yeah.
Figure out where I'm going next. There's a
Ooh,
good
that's
mix.
very
That
good.
works pretty well with the armory actually, which will be the next one around the circuit.
Damage deck, please.
Damage. Cargo hold.
Ooh, it's getting bad. Maybe should you go there?
So we've got, just showing the deck, so I've had 4 out of the 8 single damage cards have come. So there's still 2 turns each before anything can get damaged again.
Right. Okay, so do you want me to bring you here now?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first action is move a player's meeple to a room that has another meeple on it, which is here.
Yep, so you can use the effect of a building, of a room, as long as it is in complete repair.
Yes. So you can fix that next time.
Yep.
And then I will move myself. So I can actually fix this one, but, well, I need to get more items. So how many +1 tokens can you get each?
No limit on that.
Okay, so I'll definitely move to the top, so that's 2. And then I think I'm going to just take 1.
Okay.
Okay, it's just for next time. And then I will do this.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I should just try to heal, because do you have to heal from the bottom, or can you do it from
No, you can do it in whichever order you wish.
Okay, so maybe I'll do that then. I'll just try to heal 1. Just in case it comes up or whatever. And let's discard, and then I'll take 2.
Okay.
Okay. Yay!
Nice combo. It's going to sort that room out pretty well.
Yeah.
Damage.
Yeah.
Repair center. Repair center is a nice room because you can sort of you can repair remotely from there.
Yeah.
But we'll work our way around to it.
Your go.
My go. I will divert power from the crew quarters.
Yep. Yay. That's 1 action.
Yep. This all seems very gentle at the moment, but once they start, it's really going to escalate once we start damaging more quickly. Okay, I will
Move up. So what have you got? You got there. You want to scavenge. You're going to have 4 later. Like if like having a lot of cards in your hand sort of give you more flexibilities on what you want to do.
What I might do, I'll pop into the energy core because then I'm
in the center.
In the center, I can sort of move
Not a bad
anywhere
idea.
depending on what happens.
Yes.
And depending on what cards I pick up.
Okay. That's good.
Okay.
And damage.
Nanobots and energy.
You can,
And we damage the medical bay.
Medical bay is good too because you get +2 +1 tokens.
Yeah, we should have gone there early actually when you know that it's going to be in better repair.
Yeah, you can probably go there next and then start going up after that. You go there and then go there, maybe.
Because I've got the right things to heal that as well. All I need is some metal.
That's correct. All right, my go. So I'm at armory, so obviously I'm going to do this.
Yep.
So that's 1 action.
Yep.
Now, I don't have the required thing to heal this, so I'm gonna try to scavenge.
Well, you've got universal.
Yeah, I know, but even though I've got,
Yeah, sorry.
it's not
My
enough.
mistake.
Yeah. So scavenge.
Boo.
No.
So you don't find anything on it too.
Okay. That is not good. So I've got one more action, which I'm gonna take. That, please. Thank you. And then I'll take 2. Hang on. I need to. Oh, maybe I should get this. Because then I'll guarantee I'll have to do that. Okay, I'll take this. And that's damage.
Yep. The bridge. All right.
Okay, I'm heading
Just
up
count these
there.
up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's one more of those. You started, didn't you? Yeah. So there's one more single card to happen.
Yeah. Taryn just like took the cards away, just counted quickly.
All right.
So that's me go, and this is you.
Yep.
So where do you think you can help? Well, you can go there. Oh, you can't really.
I don't have metal, and everything needs metal at the moment.
Well, you drew metal earlier, and then you like complained
and I
about
threw
it.
it away.
What do you want to do now?
My ideal turn involves moving here, scavenging, picking
Get
up
metal.
a metal, and spending it to
you
repair.
can do that.
But there's only a 1 in 4 chance. Sorry, only a 1 in 2 in 12, 1 in 6 chance that that's going to happen. And
Let's do it. What can happen?
Not very good odds.
That's okay. What's the worst can happen?
Yep. All right. So I will 1, 2.
Wow.
Hey, that got better. And
Yes!
metal. Ah,
2 metals as
metal.
well.
I don't need that much metal.
All right.
And 3, like so. So the bonus in the medical bay is that if it's still undamaged at the start of the next turn, I'm going to get 2 bonus actions.
Yes, hopefully.
Which will be really handy, but we've got to dodge it in the deck.
If it gets damaged with metal, you have the metal to fix it as well, so that's good.
Yep. All right. I'm going to take that energy so that I can go and fix the cargo hold, and
Good
because I would
idea.
have to discard something if I had 2. So.
Yes. Okay.
All
And
right.
damage card, please.
So the crew quarters is the last one to be damaged on a single card. So we're up to the double cards. In the next 8 cards, each room is going to come up twice.
Ooh, okay, my go.
So it is possible that we could,
First
if we
action.
don't fix these, we could lose at the end of my turn.
Well, first action is to do this one, the divert room power.
Yep.
So with the purple and green battery and universal replacement for metal.
Yep.
And that's 1 action. And then 2 action is there. And then 3rd is to repair this. So at least it's kind of like safe a little bit for now.
Yep.
Now I do have the option to do place 2 protection token. Is that necessary to put 2 protection token there though?
Here's the issue with the protection tokens is they only last until your next turn.
It's not that very
And
long.
so
I know.
maybe it's sort of speculative.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll leave it at that. And that is it. So I'm just gonna draw 2. Or maybe I should draw. No, I'll just draw 2. I need more. Nah, not the one that I want. That's okay. I can scavenge later.
You got 2 of them. It will at least help you repair that.
That's
or
correct.
Divert from that room.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll see.
Repair center. Oh dear, they're both.
Oh no! I should have done that then.
All right.
Okay.
So if I don't do something about that, then if either of those gets drawn, we're going to lose.
So
And
you got
so-
2 plus 2 actions, so that's good.
But I get +2 actions. Excellent.
You
So
can
that
help.
is going to give the time. So what I'll do is divert the power from here for 2 energy and a data.
That's 1 action.
Yep. And then I will boot over to the armory. Hang on.
I can't go
1
on.
heal, 1 heal.
Do you have enough?
I've got enough actions to repair one
One.
spot on each of those.
That's okay. That's all we need.
Or I could walk to the armory and put protections down. But if I heal them both, then they're safe until the triple cards come
Yes,
out.
let's do
So
that. I think
I'll do
that's,
it that way.
you just said before that it is temporary, so.
Yeah. All right. So this will be the better option. 1 energy.
Yep.
Sorry. 1. Let me do the metal actually, because
Okay.
then I can gather things that will
Oh, yes.
hopefully fix this
Okay.
location.
Whew. That was close.
Okay. We've averted potential disaster there.
Yes.
I get to pick up resources. We're halfway through the resource deck, but we're 62.5% through the rooms, so that's not too bad.
Yes.
I'll grab the
The data.
data
Okay. And damage deck, please.
and damage.
Damage card.
Crew quarters and medical bay.
Oh. I have to go back there sometime as well.
If we can tidy up the repair center, we can start healing things remotely, which is pretty handy. I like the repair center.
All right. My first action is to scavenge.
2,
The second action is scavenge.
4.
Yay! So, I will, and that action is to repair. It's not a lot that I can do.
Yeah.
So, what is the chance that this is going to be taken away from
Before
me?
your next turn, there's 2 out of the 6 cards that have it, so
I'm going to
moderate
take.
chance.
I'm going to take a chance to just get that.
Yep.
Okay.
There's
Whoa!
a universal.
Ah, that's even better. But that's okay. Somebody else can take that. Okay. What's damaged?
Engine room and medical bay.
Phew. Okay, you go.
Me.
You don't have a lot of resources currently.
All right, I really want the repair center healthy, so I'm going to scavenge for it. So first action is fail. Second action, I get 1 thing. I'll grab the universal.
Yes.
And then my third action, I could repair 1 step of it. Or I could scavenge again, which is probably what I'll do next time anyway.
You can always get +1 if you're not sure. But, I mean, +1 action if you're not sure what to do.
Good point. Yeah, I'll do that actually, because I know the repair center is not going to end the game in the near term.
Okay. Right,
Then I'm
damage
going
card.
to take 2 resources. Both energy, that's perfect.
Excellent.
I've actually got enough to completely fix and get rid of the
Now,
repair center.
oh no, this is gone. Bridge.
Yep, bridge and cargo hold.
Cargo hold. Where's cargo hold? Over there.
Yeah. So that one is now fully damaged again.
You need to go
But
there.
it's safe for
A few.
4 turns because both cargo holds are out.
Okay, my go. I will scavenge first because I need to get this to repair it again. Fail.
Yep.
Second attempt. Fail. Third attempt. 1. And then I'll use this
Yep.
to repair. Oh, I can't fix it. This is getting hard.
Yep.
And then I will.
If you grab the nanobots, because you know it's going to damage from top to bottom, so
You reckon?
if you get them, you'll be
What
definitely
is the chance that it's going to be out again though?
1 in 4.
Okay, let's take this
Sorry,
then.
2 in 4.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
What's damaged?
Engine room and repair center. Ugh.
Oh no.
My plans for the repair center out the door.
Well, you can take this one. Or this one. That would help with the...
Well, I've got enough to fix it. And I've got 1 extra action that I could use. I don't quite have enough to... Once I've fixed it, I can fix something else. So that's actually what I'll do. I'll spend... My first action will be... Sorry, my first 3 actions will be 1, 2, and 3 to repair it.
Yes.
And we're out of wilds now, so we're on our own. And then I can spend my bonus action to repair something else.
Oh, what can you repair?
I could repair the.
Oh, you have to move first. How do you do
Not
that?
from the. No, I'm
Oh,
in the
that's
repair
right,
center,
yeah.
so I can remotely repair.
Forgot about
now.
that. That's good.
Um,
Maybe this is good to because they're pretty far. It's good to repair maybe when it is far.
True.
But that's really bad. So I think if that comes up, you
Okay.
probably need to focus on that. At least one.
I still know it's safe for 3
Yeah.
turns.
Okay. Can you do it next time? You can do it next time.
I can do it next time. And I really would like to. You know what? I'm gonna. I know we're safe, so I'm gonna hang on to that.
Okay.
And
Well, let's just hope
I
that
know
this.
this will.
The problem is if this get damaged, then this,
We've had both of the.
then you can't have the power anymore.
We have had both of the damages for this
Right.
phase, so I'm going
Good
to.
old card counting, Karen.
Yep.
All right. So my go.
I don't have the.
You've done the
purple,
damage.
which is
Have you
annoying.
done the damage for you?
No.
Okay.
Armory and mess hall. Oops.
All right. So my go. I will do. I will repair this area. Not repair. Divert power.
Divert the power.
So that cost me blue data, red metal, and green energy.
Yep.
And then I will go to down there possibly. Or I can just take +1. Or I can look at the next 3 damage card.
We can actually
Five
work
from-
out what 2 of them are,
Okay, so that it's probably
and if the
waste.
3rd one is something that's going to hurt us, then.
Now, what's your plan? Are you going to come down here? Otherwise, I'm going to start coming down there.
I'm pretty much going to hunker here and try to repair things remotely.
Okay.
That's
Can you
my
actually?
plan.
So you can repair, but can you actually divert the power when?
At the moment, I can't divert the power from the repair center.
Yes. But okay. But you can.
I would need a nanobots to be able to do that.
Right. So you can do that. You can just like sit there and then just like divert. Is that what it is?
I can sit there and heal things and eventually divert it. So maybe if you focus on the cargo hold.
Yeah. Okay. I will go to the. I'll go that way. Or should I go down? I don't know.
The other option is you could join me in the repair center, and we could swap cards.
That's actually not a bad option. Let's just go there.
If you
And
give me the
it's my
nanobots,
turn.
I can actually.
No, I'm out of action.
You are?
Hang on. 1. No, actually 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Yep.
And then I'll take this.
Okay.
And the damage deck.
Bridge and armory.
I've just been from there. Oh. All right, you'll go.
But not the repair center, which
That's
is great.
That's good. Okay, fix it. So 1.
So the first one, I'll spend the 3 resources to divert.
Yes.
So we've got 7 out of 8 diverted now.
Oh, close.
And one thing which we haven't had the chance to play it with this yet, but one thing which I think is really a cute expansion option in this game.
The variant?
I'm just going to describe it here, is the escape pod variant. So there's this, if you're playing with 3 or 4 players, then the escape pod, one player can jump into the escape pod when there's 7 down. And it's got this thing where it's essentially, if you think the team is going to lose, you can jump in the escape pod and be the only one who wins if the ship fails. But it's a shaky escape pod, and the longer you're in there, you roll a die every turn, and you explode if you roll over the number of turns you've been in there. So you kind of want to delay it as much as possible, and if it looks like everyone's going to lose, then you bail on them, but someone else might get there first. Anyway, it's very cute, but it only works with 3 or 4 players.
Yes, so we're not doing that this
Just wanted
time.
to describe
Very
that.
cute.
All right, so that was my first action. Let me recount because I've forgotten already.
So your
1,
first
2,
action is to, what did you do again? Oh, to fix, divert
Yep.
power. There's one more there.
Yep, so my second action, I'm going to start repairing things.
Yes.
So I know the cargo hold could end us before my next turn. So I'll spend 1
One there. Yes.
to heal that.
And you want to put the second one as well?
And then I'm not going to do the cargo hold. I'm going to try to fix something else. Let me just count these up again. I don't know if I'm meant to be card counting so aggressively here, but I know that the mess hall, hall's about to lose one because we've only had 1 mess hall.
Okay, so maybe put something.
But I don't have the right things to heal the mess hall.
I do. Because nowadays the powers diverted, you can just discard 1 resource card and heal both.
Correct.
So maybe I should do that next time. Unless if you want to scavenge. Or just take +1 and then you can...
I already have a +1. Actually, the crew quarters is the other one, and I can't fix that either. So
Ah, sorry.
I guess our biggest risks...
What is your biggest risk?
What I'll do, actually, let me take Backsy and spend the metal on the cargo hold instead.
Yep.
And then spend the data to heal the crew quarters. So I
Very
get to
good.
put both cubes back because power's been diverted.
Okay, very good.
Now I'm out of things. I could spend my +1 to scavenge, but I feel like knowing what's a risk would be better. So I'm just going to take the 2 resources. I'm not too worried about the size of this deck at the moment. I think we're comfortable
Got a
there.
few there, yeah.
Okay.
And then damage.
Damage. So we worked out what this is. It's the mess hall and the crew quarters.
Yeah, excellent.
So now the mess hall could
I'll fix
end
it.
our game. So you're gonna have to fix that.
I'll fix it. So what's in the cargo hold's also a risk, isn't it? Cargo hold. Oh no, we need to fix that. Okay.
We have to, yeah. fix
Yeah.
it
Right.
anyway.
So my first action is using the power repair a damaged room by 1 space on the repair track, but it's diverted, so I can do
Yep.
all, I believe.
Correct.
100%.
100%.
Okay. And that one there. I can also from here heal that room 1.
Yep.
That's 2 action.
Yep. Cargo hold has a pretty useful power for fixing the cargo hold, which is to look at the next 5 resources.
So really we need to kind of like just that one. So what we need to do now is to divert, put a power diversion there,
Yep.
and then go there, and then we win the game.
Do you want my energy so that when you go to the cargo hold, you've got energy to fix it?
Not necessarily. We don't know who's going where yet, because then you need.
That's
this
true.
as
I've
well.
got more stuff actually. So that,
Yeah. So I've got 1 more action, which I'm probably gonna do this.
The other option is if you scavenge, I could take them
Oh
off.
yeah, that's actually true. Let's just scavenge. Let's hopefully not getting 1 or 2. 6!
Hey.
Yay, get 2. So I'm gonna just take this 2 from here. This is actually good.
That's actually exactly what we need. And I have 1 extra action, so
And then
I'm caught slightly short.
The end of the turn. Now, do we want to take these? No, we need the red one, don't we? So maybe I should take this at the end of my turn.
I think take whatever. Red will be helpful because now we've got to worry about rooms collapsing.
Oh, I just take this. I got 2. I got more resources. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh well, no red. It's okay. All right, and then damage. It's almost finished. The damage. Oh, now
Engine room,
this is the
repair
first
center,
3. Yeah. Uh-oh, escalating.
and mess hall. All right, so now we have to be really careful.
And that's your turn.
Yep.
Do you want to take any from here? Do you want to go there and then just fix it? I think it's just, oh, you know, you have.
To use the repair center, we got to fix the repair center.
That's true. So you have to fix it. I think it's very handy to have it fixed.
Yep. Now, I can't fix the engine room without taking something from you.
Take it. Take this one. I've got 2.
Okay, what I'll do is 2
Yeah.
to fix the cargo hold,
Yes.
3 to take the data, and then 4
Oh yeah, you got that. Yes.
to
Repair.
repair.
That is so good. Thank you so much.
I'm now starting to worry about the size of that. But, oh, hang on. Ooh.
We still have...
You only need metal to divert the cargo hold. So if I pick up the metal...
Give it to me. And I'll take it from you.
You can go 1, 2, 3, as long as the cargo hold isn't damaged on this card.
Okay, let's do that.
So I'm going to take the metal.
Yeah. Metal also?
Of course.
Of course. All right, damage. Ding, ding.
Cargo hold.
Oh, no.
Medical bay and mess hall. So the med bay is now a threat as well.
That is bad. So I should fix med bay first, I think.
Yeah.
I can afford to lose this. So med bay is fixed. That's one action.
Yep.
The second one, I need to take...
I wonder if you walk to the med bay and get those 2 extra... Oh no, it'll probably be damaged by then.
So I'm going to scavenge. Oh, that's hurt. That hurts.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to try to fix... Do you think I should try to fix armory? Because I think we can leave it for now. Armory we can leave for now.
We should really do just in time.
So I want to pick this at the end. So I still have one more action. I'm gonna just take this.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna take that, so you can take it from me, and so you can fix that. You reckon? Oh no, I need to go there, don't I?
Whether you take it or I take it from you.
Otherwise I'll just
work
take
out what
this.
works.
I'll just take this, yeah. So I get 2 rather than just 1. Because I need to. So this needs to be fixed. And then we need these 3. So basically 1 each for those 4 resources.
Yeah, I guess you need the metal, because if you take the metal, then if I can fix the cargo hold and avoid and dodge it on the next damage card, then you can go there and fix it.
Okay. That's it. And I've got +1.
Yeah.
And the next one is Data Blue.
Okay, damage.
Dun, dun, dun.
The cargo hold again.
Oh no.
Cargo hold, engine room, and armory, but not the repair center, which is handy. So
Armory needs to be
I can
fixed.
fix up the armory.
Yes, thank you.
Actually, sorry, let me undo that. First, I'm going to scavenge, because if I can fix the...
Oh yeah. 5? That's good.
So I
1.
can get data. Then I can spend the data to fix up the armory.
Second action.
And then I can spend the metal to do 1 health to the cargo hold.
Excellent. Damage deck, please. Oh no, you take this. What you're going to take.
Yep. If I take the energy, does that work?
And I can take it, and then I repair it.
Repair it,
Yeah,
move
okay.
it, and fix it. So as long as we dodge the cargo hold on this card,
hopefully, that's it.
You can
Oh, we
dive
almost
in.
we have 3 more cards.
we're very close.
Oh no.
That is
Bridge,
Medical
Med
Bay, and Mess Hall.
Oh.
So we come to...
So I'll take this from you as my first action.
I'm going to just card count it again to see if there's any Mess Hall cards left.
That's okay.
There aren't.
So there'll be mess halls coming out next.
That means the Mess Hall cannot come out next. So
right, okay.
that means we will dodge anything that kills us this turn, which means I can go and fix it.
So I'll take this from you, from your hand, as my first action.
Yep.
And then as my second action is to fix this from here.
Yep.
Sorry. Now can I divert power from... No, I have to move.
You have to move.
Yeah. So that's 2. No. Is that 1?
Yep, that's 2.
2. 3. And then use that.
Yep.
The 4th one to divert the power. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you have to take the resource cards just for timing.
Just take these 2. Okay.
Okay. Medical Bay, Repair Center, Armory.
Woohoo!
And then I can go 1 and use an action to turn on the power core.
Yay! We won!
We won.
And no one's actually escaped part. Not that it's in the game, but that was so funny.
Yep.
So what do you think? It is like pandemic-y.
It is. It really ramps up. It has this odd feeling where you walk around at the start and like nothing much is happening and you can just turn on rooms at your leisure, but things really do start to get away from you with only 3 actions per turn.
Yeah.
Keeping on top of things is hard work, and we were very close. So if we got the last card coming out, which we would have been safe again because we'd done enough healing. We would have started rolling a die each round and having to discard resource cards, which just makes it that much more difficult to get those final resources you need.
Yeah, so that's it. We won. Thanks for watching. So that's our playthrough of Solar Storm. Hopefully you enjoy that and share our victory.
Yep, pesky sun, we got out of its way.
With a bit of a difficulties there. And so this is a cooperative games, a bit like Pandemic-y, and we are Meeple University on YouTube, and also how to play video on the Dice Tower, and also Pocket Playthrough. See you next time.
There everyone, it's Jen the Board Game Librarian, and I'm joined with maybe the ultimate special guest, my husband Matt.
Hi everybody.
Matt, known as the Dice Chucker on Instagram and the maker of the Board Game Librarian. Oh, this is going to be fun. So I brought Matt on today to talk about why we love War of the Ring. So why don't you start off, Matt? Or kind of maybe our history about Lord of the Ring, why? Because you were the one who was interested in it first.
So in 2004, we went to a Barnes & Noble, and it was there. And back in the day, I looked at the price tag, it said $80, and I was like, whoa, no thank you. And I put it back, and then found out maybe 2-3 years later that it was harder to get, and I probably should have just done it when we had the chance. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and finally Ares Games did the second edition, which we ended up getting right away before that went away as well. As you can see, this is a game well loved. We even have a separate insert somewhere behind us that has all the chits in it, because with all the minis and the boards in here, it just doesn't fit, and it's a mess. No matter how you try to fit it all in. So War of the Ring was one of our first major designer games, and that's rough because, you know, our previous designer game experience was Battle Cry, and
Mage Knight.
And Mage Knight. So this kind of fits somewhere in the middle of all that.
Does it though?
I don't know. The first time I read through the rule book, I had that sense of, wow, okay, I know how to play. And then I sat down, and I'm like, I have no idea where to start. And I think the two of us struggled through it for a while. Because it was so massive to get into.
I've talked about this at length before, but Matt had played board games quite a bit before then, and even had a lot of video game skill, which I had zero of. I played some like Mario Kart, and that was about it. And I was a champ at Minecala, which is why I love Five Tribes. So when Matt brings this home, well, my mom had gotten it for us for Christmas. So it comes home, Matt, does all the rules, he puts it out, and when you've seen War of the Ring on the table, it's a beast. Like, it's so intimidating. And I think I was sabotaging it a lot.
Yeah, you didn't realize how much you were trying to make this game sink. Every time I would say, let's try it, I think we got this rule wrong, or, hey, we've been playing, we haven't been really delving into what some of these cards mean. We were definitely picking out cards to play that were simple to understand right away, instead of actually learning all the rules at once. And there were times when you would say, okay, set it up, So when I get home from work, we can play. And then we got home from work, and Jen was like, well, we could do other things.
That's a typical Jen diversion tactic, too,
Yeah.
I should say, just in life.
So I got the feeling that if I had waited so long for this, let's make sure that I know how to play this game the right way. And I stumbled upon Ricky Royale's channel on YouTube. And he finally basically gave me the easiest way to learn how to play War of the Ring, which I believe is watching it played. And or playing along with somebody who's explaining every move. So I did that. I set the game up in front of the TV, put the game on the coffee table, and I did all of his moves. I didn't even roll my own dice. I put the dice out to what he rolled, and I figured it out. And there's a lot to this. But I would say it's the first game we owned that was so heavy in its theme.
Yeah, I think maybe when we moved our game room upstairs to what's now the office and craft area. So our game room has been down and up and down where it currently is now. That we kind of got into a groove after a while, and we started actually playing the cards because card play is so essential in this game. And for me, I always play the shadow player because moving the fellowship in my brain is just, I don't know. We should play this again soon. I'll be the fellowship this time.
You say so.
If I say so. But I wholeheartedly agree with Matt. The theme on this is just almost par none. I would say Rebellion, but this is better than Rebellion. And we do have a lot of other really great theme games. I mean, if you've seen our collection or watched any of our videos, the theme is like everything with us. But you feel like you are playing Lord of the Rings. You feel like you are reading the books, watching the movies. The tension is there. We've had some really epic games of this too.
I know that one of the criticisms you get when you get an in-the-box game is, oh, well, the game is eventually having me simulate the books and or the movies. And with this one, this is one of the few games I actually feel like, okay, we're starting in a specific point in the story and go. You really do your own version of this. I had a game where Boromir helped Frodo throw the ring in Mount Doom. And it was...
I'm not a Boromir fan.
Yeah. And, I've had other games where we've had somebody separate from the Fellowship and just stand in a region by himself the whole time.
Was that me that time?
Yeah, and you just left, I think, Legolas out somewhere, and he never did anything. Yeah, so we've taught this game at Gen Con for Aries, and I'd agree, it's really one that you need to be taught by someone who knows how to play it already. It's one that you need to go over to someone's house where they've already set it up, because setup is a beast on this too. And that person learning can just sit down and play the game. The first expansion, Lords of Middle-earth, I would say, is one that can be added easily. The Warriors are a little more tricky.
It's the one with the ends, right?
Yeah.
We don't play with that one as much.
We don't play with that one as much as we should. I know there's people out there who love that expansion. It just, I much preferred the smaller one. For that, and I know there's another expansion coming out for it. So.
Yeah, Aries is doing a reprint of this soon. I think this summer it's supposed to be coming out. So when people say, "Oh, should I buy it?" Yeah, you should buy it, because even if you don't end up liking it, trying to find it in print is so tricky. And you can always sell it, and I think there's always a buyer for War of the Ring.
I don't know about this copy.
Not this copy is so trashed. I would say, too, one of the reasons why I love it, is just kind of the evolution of how I've grown to appreciate it. From going kind of to...
You went from the evolution of, I don't like this game and I'm going to make Matt not like this game.
Sorry.
To, it's both our favorite games in the collection.
Yeah, there's been a couple that have tried to oust it. I think Gloomhaven for You had come pretty close. Yeah. But this is the ultimate Lord of the Rings game. We do have Journeys of Middle-earth, which we've played about half of it. We started off really good, and we're kind of feeling meh on it now. We had the LCG, which we ended up selling, and we had that silly little roll and write.
Oh, yes. Journey to Mount Doom, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do have Knizia's Lord of the Rings as well.
And I know you don't like that one. I do.
We're running out of time on this memory card, so we're going to wrap it up. Thanks to my husband, who is now running the camera, for joining me on Why We Love War of the Ring. Thanks.